I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now on this Tuesday, August the 25th. If you have whiplash from what you watched last night in Philadelphia, you're not alone. The New York Mets go down to play the Phillies, and they bring their bats, and they bring back David Wright off a long stint on the disabled list, a long stint away from a team that has morphed from what they were when he left, which was a team trying to find their way, trying to become a contender, trying to become more than a losing team they have been for years and years and years. Well, David Wright returns, hits a gigantic home run to pace a 16-run attack, including 7 more home runs in a record-setting night for the Mets. David Wright is back. And so are the Mets as contenders, and not just contenders to make the postseason, not just contenders to be relevant in September. We're past that point. David Wright has sat out for a long time, and he's watched the Mets more from what they were when he left to what they are right now. A team that looks capable and a team that honestly looks like the favorite to get to the World Series out of the National League. That's how well the Mets have played lately. That's how well the Mets have played since the end of July, taking all that great pitching they had and now adding some offense. The Mets were averaging 3.5 runs a game from opening day through July 31st. Now, since over 5 runs a game, and it's been an onslaught lately in Colorado, in Philadelphia. It doesn't matter what the pitching is, what the teams they're playing. They are bludgeoning teams with their lineup. We know about their starting pitching. We know about the back end of the bullpen with Clippard and Familia. The Mets have the formula right now that's going to make every team in the National League and really every team in baseball very, very worried to face them down the stretch of the season and when we get into October. The 8 home runs last night, now 12 games over 500, a 5.5 game lead. 5.5 games over the Washington Nationals in the NL East. It is the second largest division lead in all of baseball. The Mets are 14-6 in August. They have turned the corner of this season and gone from a team that maybe might make a run to a team now you start looking at how are they going to play in October. And the Mets are playing well enough now that it could set them up to give their starting pitchers that they need in October, like Matt Harvey and Noah Syndergaard, the necessary and requisite rest in September to use them full throttle and full go when we do get to serious October baseball, where the Mets, barring a tremendous turnaround by the Nationals and a little bit of backtracking by the Mets, barring anything like that, the Mets are going to make the playoffs. They are playing at that level. They have the consistent starting pitching to play at that level, and now they have an identity offensively. Yoenis Cespedes has provided that. The other batters have stepped up, and now the return of David Wright brings back the captain of a team that has not been to October in a very long time, since 2006. But all these years later, the Mets are back, and they're not just your regular run-of-the-mill contender. The Mets, according to Vegas and according to all of our eyes, look like a team that could make it all the way to the 2015 World Series. I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports.